So everyone's wondering what's going on in 2023 with the market all over the place. In this video, I'm going to get some clarity for you just so you can skyrocket your business in 2023 instead of just aimlessly going through the year kind of saying,
I hope and pray something really good happens, right? So
let's dive right into the video. What's up everybody, my name is Henry Eisenstein, and in this video we're going to be talking about the market update of 2023. So if you don't know who I am, again, my name is Henry Eisenstein and I've done over $400 million worth of real estate transactions and I'm only 28 years old. So in this video, again, we're talking about market updates for 2023 and how you can kick off this year with a bang, baby. So there's so many different things that are going on right now in the economy. Interest rates are going up, inflation's super high, the inventory is going up in certain specific markets. The list to sales price ratio is going down, the average sales price is going down in certain areas, the average list prices are going down in some areas, the cap rates are increasing, vacancies are increasing, the rentals are, the rental increases are decreasing.
There's just so much going on.
Wow, I mean, it's a mouthful to even think about how many different movements, and guys, like, this is just a small piece of this enormous economic pie of what's going on in the economy. So what I want to be talking about specifically is how you can tactically improve your business in these crazy times. So let's get down to three simple things to focus on. In this crazy world where all these, like what I just discussed is happening. The three things that I would like you to focus on to make sure you excel in a market like this versus have a year that's going backwards is the following. Number one, get back to the basics. Get back to the basics when it comes to two specific things, okay? Number one is lead generation, and the second one is networking. So I want to talk about these two specific things. So when it comes to lead generation in a market like this, the agents who are going to be making a lot of money this year are going to be the ones who don't have a lead problem. Which means, like, if you are right now, if you are going through a lead problem, which means you are generating less leads every month after month than you did the previous month, you are going to have an issue with this type of economy. If you are on the networking side, if you are meeting less people, if you are adding less people to your network, each and every single week, every month after month, week after week, if you're meeting less people, which means your network is slowly dwindling, because typically, I'm telling you, typically a percentage of your network will fall off in the sense where they're constantly meeting new people too. So if you're not adding more people to your network, right, because if hypothetically some of your best people, who yes, they might enjoy, like working with you, they're probably gonna meet some other people, and over the course of a couple months or a couple years, you cannot always just count on those people to refer you unless you're deepening the relationship and really working on it diligently. If you're getting massive value out of this video and you want to work with me personally, make sure you check out the first link in the description down below and schedule your free consultation with myself and my team. Right, so a percentage of your network will fall off and a percentage of your network will be added as long as you're out there constantly working on that, right? So that's why these two specifically, so this is just the beginning of the basics. So lead generation, which is again, more so than last month, more so than last week, you need to be generating more leads week after week or month after month. So again, let's just say on average you're generating a lead a day, which is about 30 leads a month. So again, that means if your goal is in January, right now, let's just say going to the tail end of this year in 2022, you are generating right now, call it a lead a day, right, which is about 30 leads a month. In January, you should be shooting for 40 or 45 leads. Then in February, you should be shooting for 50 or 55. Then March, you should be shooting for 60, 65, or 70. You understand my point here? You need to be generating more leads this month than last month, each and every single month. Same thing with your network. Right now, if you, let's just say, have, call it 5 people who have referred you business in the past, then the goal for next month should be saying, how do I meet another 2, 3, or 4 people next month so that my network looks like, instead of, because you might lose off one person. So if you have a net 3, right, and you had 5 and you netted 3 new people, right, because you might have one fall off and you added 4, so right, so that would be a net 3. So that means you have now 8 people in your network who can start referring you business, and you want that to constantly be growing. These are the basic fundamentals of real estate. That's key number 1. Key number 2 is staying disciplined. Now, staying disciplined with your mindset and staying disciplined when it comes to your schedule. As the market is all over the freaking place, again, inflation is through the roof, so even if you're making good money, it's about being disciplined. We're going to talk about money shortly, but it's being disciplined in the sense where your schedule is going to stay the same. I was talking to one of the newer agents who's working with me now, reminding him that, look, success is boring. Success is supposed to look boring. If people want to emulate your life, okay, I'm assuring you that you're probably not doing the right activities, right? Your life is not supposed to look sexy when when your business is operating in an efficient way. Because business success is not sexy. It's actually pretty boring. You're doing the same thing every day forever. I mean, that's, forever as long as you want the business to grow and you're going to be in the business. Obviously, you can delegate certain things and you can have things continuously working, but you understand my point here. Success is boring. It's supposed to look boring. Again, if it looks sexy, then you're probably not working, right? The freedoms that you earn by working your tail off and creating success, that's not what success is. I mean, right? Like that's not the activities of what success is supposed to look like. It's the result. So don't get that carried away, right? Don't get that mixed up where you're going to be emulating someone's success, but traveling all of the time is not the activity of success, right? With inflation so high, we're going to talk about money a little bit, but because all these things are going crazy through the roof, your clientele is going to shift their mindsets, and you need to be thinking that way too, which is why fundamentally your schedule needs to stay the same. Let's get back to the basics, right? So back to the basics of your schedule means that it should be almost look like a large majority of your day, 80% of your day should be lead generation and meeting with clients, right? If 80% of your day isn't around lead generation and not only meeting new people, but meeting with clientele, which means going on a listing appointment, showing the home, right? Like those specific activities, I don't know what you're doing on a daily basis, right? Like get back to the basics work. Right now, if you're wondering where your next lead is coming from, if your business is quote declining, you've done less business this month than you did last month, you're not going the right direction because you probably have gotten away from the basics. And for those of you who are saying, Henry, I'm doing all the basics and I'm sticking to the schedules and I'm doing all the things, I'm going to challenge you actually how much time you are spending on doing the basics, doing the fundamentals. I'm gonna challenge you on that. How much time are you really putting in? Because if you're putting in, call it 60, 70, 80, 100 hours a week, which by the way, all of you who are listening should be doing that. If you're not happy with your income, you should be spending a little bit more time getting back to the basics. I'm working more hours now than I did earlier this year because I'm telling you, the economy is not on its trend up right now. It's in the other direction, as we have talked about in this video already. Because of these adjustments in the economy, you need to make adjustments in your business. So if you're not prepared to work 60, 70, 80, 100 hours for the next at least couple months, if not couple years, you're going to have a tough time in the real estate business. And I just want to be the first one to say, it is going to take you working your tail off in a lot of these simple, basics, fundamental ways. And by the way, you're gonna see results. I promise you'll see results, but you're gonna have to make some adjustments in your business, right? Fundamentals, 80% of your time on lead generation and meeting with clientele. The remaining 20% can be all the activities that are really, because again, it's that 80-20 principle where 20% of your activities are generating 80% of results. Right now, probably 20% of your activities is lead generation. I would like you to push that to 80% of your time so you do 4x amount so it generates a lot more business for you. You understand what I'm trying to show you? Focus on the lead generation and follow-up as well as meeting with clients, 80% of your day. The remaining 20%, and if you can, do it out of office hours activities, right? So like outside of your 8 to 8, which means you should be making phone calls and meeting with clients 8 to 8, outside of that time, you could be doing things like checking your email, posting on social media, all the things that really don't get you paid. So you want to flip that, get back to the basics when it comes to your schedule. And now when it comes to your mindset, think about it like this. The real estate business as a whole is pretty simple. What happens is that we often overcomplicate it and we often buy software so that we think that, it's like our golden ticket to making a lot more money. What I'm here to tell you is that the mindset in real estate is just stick to the basics, do it consistently over time, and you will be successful. There's not this crazy radical thinking all of a sudden in real estate that's going to be, astronomically different than what has actually been successful in the past. Stick to the basics. The mindset should just be discipline, consistency, and longevity. I'm going to be disciplined to do my activities each and every single day. That is my goal. And by the way, if you say like, well, Henry, I've been making calls this entire year and I have not had the year I'm looking to make, well, then I'm challenging you right now, not only the amount of hours like we talked about, but I'm going to ask you how much practice have you actually put in with the conversations? Because it's either your scripting isn't that, like it's each piece of the puzzle here. If you've been making calls 100 calls a day, 100 hours a week for, call it 12 months right now, and you don't have the results you have, well, I'll say a few things. Number one, who are you calling? How often are you calling them? What does your script look like? Are you closing on every single phone call that you possibly can? Are you asking for the appointment? Are you asking for the business at each time? Yes, you've been doing it for a long time, but how far along are the leads? Are you doing the follow-up that you're supposed to be making each and every single day, right? Like there's a lot of pieces to this pie and you can look at exactly where on the spectrum you need the most adjustment in your business. I mean, like it's really simplistic. Like each thing can be a bottleneck. You just need to know where your bottleneck is, okay? Last but not least, let's just talk about money when it comes to making adjustments in this market. guys, this is a time to live broke. This is a time where if you want to be rich, if you want to be successful, it is about delayed gratification. I just posted a picture, a picture of a brand new car that I bought. The thing that I want you to understand is like, I bought that with my residual income. I bought it with residual income. So for a lot of you guys who are like, I want to go buy that new belt, that new suit, that new car, that new house, that new anything, you need to be saying, I want to go buy enough and invest enough so that I have enough residual income to go buy whatever the heck I want. Because again, I've been waiting a long time where now my residual income, it pays for a large majority of my life. But again, it took me a long time to do that, and all I focus on each and every single day is like, how do I buy more residual income? How do I invest more, right? Which means, how do I make enough money, right? Which means sell more, right? How do I sell enough so that I have enough cash so that I can invest enough and buy more residual income for myself, right? Like, that's the focus you need to be having. It's like saying, and by the way, I understand, it didn't start with passive income, right? It starts with, how do I sell my active income? How do I get my active income up to a certain point where I can then invest my active income, like that savings that now active income goes to savings, right? Because you're gonna spend less, you're saving money, now you're gonna invest that money into buying properties that will eventually give you cash flow and passive income. It doesn't just say, oh, I wanna live on a beach and sip martinis or pina coladas or whatever you're drinking. I don't really drink a lot, so don't question me on that part, but it's like, I'm the kind of person where like, I want to work hard now so I don't have to do it for the rest of my life. So ask yourself now, like, if you want to eventually retire, because real estate should be less than a 10-year career, or really any business should be a 10-year career. Wherever you're at in your journey of your business, you have, let's just say 10 more years from today, in 10 more years you want to be retired. But what that means is you need to build up a business that spits off enough income, and you've built it up with staff and support, so that you don't need to be the face of the business anymore, and it continues to generate money each and every single day, each and every single month, without you actively being there. That's what a business is for, right? Where like, I'm coming up almost on my 10 years in the real estate business, in the next 24 months, like, my intention is that after my 24 months, the next 24 months, I want to be able to never have to work another day in this business actively and still generate a few $1 million in net income per year, right? That's the purpose of this business. So just understand, these are the things you need to be focusing on. It's a longevity game, guys. Focus on the basics, and as the basics are done over time, you'll get better at it, which means you'll produce better results in shorter periods of time. You'll add on people to your organization over time that will allow you to now do more activity every day because you have more people. Now you do more activity in a condensed period of time because you have more people. And what ends up happening is that now you're here doing this much activity in this much period of time. And then eventually, you'll be able to do this much activity over this period of time because now you have people on the team and you're getting better at it over time. You understand what I'm saying? This is how business operates. So through an economy like this is not a time to be fancy. This is a time to get back to the basics. This is a time to live broke and focus on a longevity, consistent mindset. These are the simple things that no one wants to talk about, right? I'm just here to be blunt. I'm not here to be sexy. I'm here to tell you what needs to be heard, okay? Listen to this. If you guys love my content, make sure you smash the like button and subscribe if you have not done so. And if you have any questions, make sure you put it in the comment section down below. Other than that, I love you guys so very much, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, everyone.